could be on the way back.
Because I managed to get myself tucked back here with the world's steepest hill so I can fall on you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, this guy will go forever.
Oh.
I charged it at home for like 45 minutes and still trying to charge. My guess is if I turned it on right now,
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, let it go into the meter. This is Ray threw one to me, so you want that one. There's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, heck yeah.
Take this one. This one's yours.
Oh, you sure? All right, thanks. Cool.
Stuff in the cooler.
Appreciate that.
I'll plan ahead.
Yeah, you got stuff in the cooler. I'm like, you brought a cooler?
Oh, yeah. I had a cooler yesterday when the sun was out up there. I was like...
Yeah, right.
Knowing we had to be here at like 6:30 this morning, I'm like, you know, I'll save the better drinks for tonight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go. You get a yoga or a little back stretching out of it. A couple different levels. Too.
Right, I can get real steep. I'm standing nap over there. I want to say it. It's real blue. And then not that one.
Oh, that side. Oh, I thought you were looking at your lights.
No. Oh, no.
I was like, oh no, what is blue?
This does a flashing and a green.
So, to get through most of the first one, get another chance to. Is that the only battery you have? That's just your backup.
No, this is the main battery. If it stays cloudy.
It sounds like.
Quite frankly, if it stays cloudy, I don't really need a flash for anything other than. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, the camera's fine.
Yeah.
This is just a flash battery, and as long as there aren't harsh shadows on the subject, when I'm doing my job right, it's imperceptible the difference between the two. You can tell, and you'll like one's flash better, but
yeah, the cameras.
If you don't see both, you won't.
Yeah, there's so good low light now. These new cameras.
Well, and it's not even that because the light's not that low. It's just relative to the light.
Oh, okay.
Because the clouds are like my own private lighting. So it makes everything smooth and glowy, and everybody looks their best in a cloudy day.
I think I need more help now. Flash.
The only thing the flash does is pop a little bit of highlight in there.
Oh.
Right. I like the cloud. I could do it all the
Yeah, I don't think it was supposed to be humid.
I also thought it was going to be hotter, so.
Yeah, I'll take the humidity over the sun.
It is a real toss-up for me on that one, but as long as this breeze keeps up, we'll be able to. I have to assume since we're on the only thing that's close to German Hill, I think we'll be okay.
Better this weekend and next weekend. Looks like the end of that storm coming as well. Though it's tropical storm now, but who knows? It touches land again, or it goes out and strengthens. And
It's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
The whole, I'm outside almost all week, which means I'm probably not doing anything.
Yeah, I heard Wednesday, Thursday if we're gonna get it. That's the
Is that
days.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, good. One of those days I can drive all the way out to Connecticut.
Oh gosh.
I'm inside on that day, so I'll make my outside guy do the assistant. But
with his umbrella.
it does mean I get to. I'm out at like there's a high school that's on UConn's campus.
Oh wow.
It's a high school, and it's all back roads. There's not like a way to get. I live in Warwick. There's like not a way to get to the Hartford area from here that involves
6 or 44 or one of those crazy.
right. It's always a secondary road. It's not a real road. It's not a real highway.
Even coming from Massachusetts, it was the same way. All back
Mhm.
roads and 395 for a little bit.
Where are you guys coming from?
I'm just in Blackstone, next town over.
Oh,
I had laser eye surgery in Hartford, and I remember thinking, oh, it's great. I found like the best doctor in the world. Just came out of New York, and then having to drive home after having it done. I'm like, what was I stupid? You know, I'm like I just wanted to go to bed and close
there's
my
not
eyes.
like an easy way to get to Hartford
Yeah.
from anywhere except for Springfield. Community
Right,
College.
you go straight down 91.
Or whatever. We were supposed to. Route 6 was supposed to be 384 coming out of Hartford, and it was supposed to go all the way to Providence and towards the Cape.
Huh.
Actually, I think it was supposed to be 84.
Okay, yeah.
And 84 got or 84 goes to Boston. It was going to be 384 that went to Providence,
Okay.
and they built about 3 miles of it. So we get close. You know how you're like on Route 6 and it goes from being
I
a
was
back
saying it goes
road to
into
like a
like a-
6-lane highway, and
yeah.
you're like, what the hell is this?
That's what that was on the road? Okay.
Yeah, and so the other end of it was going to be Route 37 in Warwick, like Warwick Transit.
Okay, yeah.
And
The
Rhode
airport
Island was just like, no, we're going to do something else. And Connecticut was like, well, so do you. And so they stopped building. It was like a whole like ridiculous tit for tat kind of situation.
Yeah, because you're right. All of a sudden, it turns into like this
Yeah.
major highway, and you're like, "Whoa, which lane should I be in?"
Wouldn't it be nice if it only took an hour to get to Hartford, as it should? By distance, it should be an hour. It's only like 55 miles.
Wow.
It's like 2 hours.
For us, I hate how it always says that the GPS tries to take you up to the Mass Pike and down. I'm like, that's not fast. I'm like, that's still, I gotta go.
It's
come back
probably
home.
faster. It's just like way out of
It's just
the
way
way.
out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the ways that you can get to Hartford is to go like 95 all the way south to like 66 towards the middle to like but that like crosses by, so you gotta go 95 south, you take 9 up towards Middletown, but if you want to go to Hartford, you like have to cut halfway up 9 on a different road to get there. There's not an easy way.
No.
Or 6, or you can go out
16 in Massachusetts that goes through Douglas, though. Yeah, that's
16. My friend used to live in Waltham. She and her sister used to call 16 the North Star. You can get anywhere on 16.
yeah.
It's true.
I know, it's gross.
It's true. I mean, like 16 runs from Revere to Douglas.
Oh my gosh.
So like if you
yeah,
follow,
you're right.
if you follow
Yeah.
16, it goes straight through the city, and
That's right, Wellesley.
Yeah.
And yeah.
right. It does like the
Wow.
Wellesley, High Side, Newton, and then out to Revere. And then 9 does the same, but it's the lower. They go parallel. Except they cross in Newton,
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be Newton with it because there's
like
an
the
exit
Newton
off.
Watertown line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that always made me laugh. 16 to the north. So.
Yep. That's fun.
I think of that often.
Route 9's a funny road too. When you get up towards like anything west of Worcester, it's like you feel like you're like in the country. Like it's like this is
Yeah.
still Route 9. There's like nothing out here.
Yeah, it goes, doesn't it?
That's like
No, it's 20 that goes through Charlton.
20. Yeah, that's another
So
one.
20 says the same thing, and 20 goes all the way into Waltham, but I don't know where it goes through the city. I don't know where that crosses. I know that it makes it to like Wayland. I'm sure that it makes it further.
Yeah, I was trying to think further stuff. Taking 20 up that way. So, yeah, probably just Waltham. And then you either jump on you get on Pike or Pike or something. You try to get around that
Right.
Framingham maybe mess. I know
Well, it
this.
cuts right through. 20, I think, doesn't it cut through Carrollton line in Framingham?
Yes. Yep.
Framingham's a place I understand what I'm doing.
Catch that gust.
I know, that's why I was like, jeez.
It didn't really go anywhere though, which is good. It
No,
just-
not really. It goes forward and it kind of knocks some of the chairs on the side on
Yeah.
it. But
It looks scarier than it
yeah,
actually may be. We'll see on the second one though. Facebook suggestion from Adam the other day. I felt so bad. He was all like, no pun intended, amped up to was Alan. Hello. Alan? Hello?
but
Yeah.
went from Adam Brunetti, or was it?
Yeah, Brunetti, because
Oh,
he was doing
yeah.
that AMP series this year.
Oh,
He was all
yeah.
happy about it, and then nothing.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Did you hear me or not? Okay, he wants to announce, I'm trying to think of how to word this. He wants to announce maintaining 6 feet. Masks have to stay on for the whole ceremony. His hand sanitizer stations around. Bathrooms are that way.
Nice.
How good are you with doing announcements?
You want me to, or?
You want to do it? Because I'm trying to think I'm going to screw it up if I don't keep it in order.
Yeah, I can definitely do it.
That way we can test the mic too.
Yeah, cool.
So, family groups maintain 6 feet. Masks have to stay on for the entire ceremony.
And bathrooms are
Bathrooms
located.
that way. Hand sanitizers on the outside of the.
Cool.
Okay.
Hi everyone, good morning. Just wanted to quick reminder and a quick kind of announcement for everyone. Just make sure we're maintaining a 6 feet distance apart from each other, and then also making sure that we wear our masks for the entire ceremony. Just make sure safety is paramount. To our or to your right, my left, is our bathrooms, and located on the outer circle is stations with hand sanitizer. So if you guys want to grab hand sanitizer at any point in time, that would be wonderful. So once again, bathrooms are up that way, and please try to maintain a 6 feet social distancing between families. Thank you so much.
Good job. Man. All right. Both speakers were right. That was one thing I didn't check when you were out there. Make sure both stacks were working.
Yeah.
So he was saying, bell's gonna ring as soon as it stops. Go with pomp and circumstance. Then the Liberty March is on the way out.
Okay. Yeah.
Play some disco before then.
Some disco before that.
Get everyone dancing.
As well, yeah.
Said he could hear me on the phone. I couldn't hear him.
It's weird.
I'm thinking of it. Turn my ringtone down.
That's
I don't think I've ever heard Emily sing before until yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, she can
Yep,
sing.
she could sing. Oh yeah.
I'm like, she wasn't lying.
Oh, she's wicked good. Yeah.
Even just like the, staying in key and some of those crazy, church chord progressions. I'm like, oh yeah, she's
yeah.
got it.
Yeah, she's awesome. She kicks butt.
Mark was holding his own too.
Mark does a good job. He just sounds like he's
Like
he
talking.
sounds like he's talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing we always bust him on too. We're like,
He's
oh
got,
man.
that tenor, just that perfect like accompaniment.
Yeah,
voice.
exactly. It's so funny though. Yeah.
I was like, man, this is, I was hoping it was a different scenario. I'm like, I would have played with effects in her voice. I'm like, God, it's a church thing. I can't.
Yeah, right. Oh man, I would have put. She always likes that like touch of reverb and like, because when I had to do sound for her and like her friends on for the that Valentine's Day benefit show thing,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
her friends were like, yeah, I want the gain to just kind of clip in a little bit,
Oh,
so that way there's a little bit of grit on the mic. And I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah,
I'm like, look, I got this. I think we had brought like I had a Behringer X Air that we were just running off an iPad, so just like stage box
Yeah.
and everything off an
Gosh.
iPad, and I'm like, look, this is all digital
Yes,
driver
this is
stuff.
what
It's
I
not
got.
like you're getting like
Yeah,
legit.
that analog crunch.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah,
I'm
like
this is ridiculous.
something ridiculous in the bag. Yeah, it's a good click.
It was neat outside. Like, I know I told Beth, like, man, that was cool.
It was cool
It was
outside.
really
Like I would
cool.
do it every time.
Exactly.
Backside of the speakers.
I'm literally just the live stream. That's it.
Oh, because when they walk up on the stage.
Yeah, right.
It's a weird angle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is. No, you guys are getting all the professional stuff. I'm just kind of a dude with a camera.
This has been my favorite graduation year because it's really been all about me.
Yeah, right. It is. It's huge.
More importantly, I don't have to fight.
The stream is fine, but. Activity monitor. Kill. Force quit. That's what's happening. Webcam utility is really confused.
I hate the end of this pump and circumstance when it picks up like that speedy.
Oh yeah.
If I can stop and go back real quick again. I was trying to experiment with loops in here, but I'm like,
Yeah, because usually when we're doing it, conducting it, we just watch, and then we have like repeat parts
Just
that we just
repeat
go
it,
all the way back
right.
every time.
Yeah, so I'm trying to, when it starts to pick up that end part, when it gets all fast, I'm going to try to.
okay. I need that. We'll see. All right. So what happens is whenever you plug in the camera, two things fire. This EOS utility, which is how you do like remote shooting and everything from your thing.
Yeah.
But while this is running, the webcam utility can't be in use. So all right, boom. I've got
Okay,
that.
okay.
Cool. So, but what was happening was the curtain came back, knocked the wire out. Right. So that's why I threw it in on that side now. And so now what happens is the webcam, not the webcam utility, but the remote shooting utility was like,
Like, yeah,
where
what
did
am I
my camera
remotely
go?
shooting? Yeah.
And then it was like not responding. So I had to just restart my whole computer. But
Just now?
luckily, yeah, I just did right now.
God.
But what's nice is that, see, that's the reason I love the Mac. Like I use Ableton and like Logic all the time. This is what I record all of my band stuff on. And it's perfect for that. But as soon as you do anything like webcam based, streaming based,
Really?
it's god awful.
And that's like what these things are kind of like known for, like video and, you know.
Yeah, video like processing and like editing and
But
stuff.
not live stuff.
Like I use Final Cut on this, and it's an i7 processor with like 8 gigs of RAM,
Nice. Oh my
and it's
gosh.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
it runs really fast. It's from 2015, so
Wow.
you know it's a little outdated, I guess. But
Still though, and depending on what generation, the i7s are great. Depending on what generation it was.
awesome. Yeah.
AMD's getting closer though. Those Ryzen
Oh,
chips.
the
but
Ryzen's
yeah.
are awesome. Oh, I'm gonna probably build a PC soon because I find more and more that I need it,
Right.
and I'm like, I'm definitely going for a Ryzen core.
Yeah. They're so cheap too. But I've seen Intel starting to kind of answer a bit.
Yeah,
And then they
the
come with the
i9s
i9.
are
I was gonna
okay.
say, yeah.
Like they're good, but they still like some of the even like the Ryzen 5 is like pretty solid.
Yeah. And for like $300 or something, you get like top
Seriously,
top megahertz speed.
way better.
Yeah, when you're ready, let me know. If not, there's a website called PC Part Picker.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
building
and
on.
it'll tell you if everything's compatible. Yeah, I think let's see. We did Evans first, and then Mike Pereira wanted his done. We did his, and then Mike Pereira's brother that graduated a couple years wanted his done. We built his,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Kyle Farnese, we built one for him. Actually, we upgraded his. And then who was like 4 or 5 of his friends are like, "Oh, you know how to build PCs?" I'm like, "Come on over." They'd come over with all the boxes, and
All
the
the
kitchen
stuff.
table would be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"That's like, have at it."
Love Macs. Been using Macs all through college and stuff. You need it for all the music production stuff.
Right,
But,
right.
like, it's getting to the point where everything I do is on like Google Drive and stuff.
Yeah. All right, we got the bell. How many times it rings? I said we'd probably be able to see him by the time the bell sounds, right? Okay. Do it? Yeah. Keep it low, 'cause if I can hear it like that back here, it could be cranking up there.
Yeah.
best part is right about there.
Yeah, the huge crash in the bar.
It's out. It's after this, right? Oh, this might be good timing. They're all cheering. Yeah, that right there. There we go. Close enough. Can you see him, bro? Wait, I can still see him. Okay.
It's about like 10 seconds. Mark.
With that, that's like 10 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not speaking. It's like, I get that. Oh, they come right up the middle there. Okay.
Well, that's how great it is.
I'll give you that.
You gotta give me a hit. Okay.
Please remain standing and join me in honoring our country as we sing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you. Gutosh, Vice President, Miss Julie Beauvais, Principal, Mr. Edwin Burke, Assistant Principal, members of the Academic Council, faculty, members of the Board of Directors, parents, guests, and to all those watching from home and fellow graduates, good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement exercises for Mount St. Charles's class of 2020. My name is Isabella Block, and it is both my pleasure and honor to be serving as your mistress of ceremonies today. To me and to many others, whether they be fellow graduates, alumni from previous graduating classes, or those still attending the school, Mount has truly become a second home. It is a place where we are allowed to explore new interests, gifts, and talents, and are nurtured and guided to reach our full potential. At Mount, the values of hard work, scholarship, kindness, humility, and charity are instilled in each student through their own unique experiences. Through our faith in God and the support of the Mount community, my fellow graduates have surmounted all of our challenges, including this health crisis, and we are all truly blessed. In celebration of this, I would now like to invite Deacon Tony Gagliano to the podium for our invocation response. Please remain.
Please stay seated. Thank you, Bella. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Ever-loving and compassionate God, we thank you for giving us this opportunity in the midst of this pandemic to gather together to celebrate the Mount St. Charles Academy class of 2020. We are grateful for each candidate, each graduate, for years filled with challenges and opportunities, for laughter, for friendship, and for learning. We give you thanks for their dedication and the support of families, coaches, and teachers that have sustained them through the years. Bless these graduates as they move forward into new horizons. May they grow intellectually and in wisdom and in grace. And may they embrace life's challenges to love and to serve. And may they never forget that they are known, they are valued, and they are treasured. For they are and they will always be Mounties. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Deacon Tony. At this time, I invite Mr. Alan Tomero, President of Mount St. Charles Academy, to address the class.
Good afternoon. For many, if not all of us joining us today, these last 5 months have easily been one of the more challenging of our lifetime. Mount senior classes since 1924 at Mount have all graduated during uncertain and scary times. The Great Depression, World War II, the assassination of a president, 1968, an AIDS epidemic, and September 11th. For our graduates, a global pandemic and economic crisis changed more than just your high school experience. It's probably changed your concerns for your futures and the kind of world that you will inherit. You, like many graduates in the past, wished it didn't happen during your senior year, but that isn't in our control. What is in our past graduates' control and what you can control is your response to that uncertainty. Our school mission and the Institute of the Brothers of the Sacred Heart all call you to action, to bring the gospel message of love to a weary world and to make a positive difference in the lives of others in whatever you choose to do. Now, there have been some silver linings in this pandemic, subtle blessings such as spending time with loved ones and family members, reconnecting with parents and children in a way that shows us a newfound appreciation for those that we love. It has given us all the time to think about, to reflect upon what is truly important to us. In the silence of COVID, we look for peace, we look for love and patience. We look for the good in ourselves, in our loved ones, and our neighbors. Some of us have rediscovered a love of nature as we have time to walk through the parks and hiking trails and forests in our communities and those nearby. Some of us have rediscovered the power of prayer. Some of us have reflected on who we are, what we do, what's important to us, and what dreams we want to chase. Many of us have a newfound compassion for our family and friends and our neighbors. Being apart for so long has made us value and appreciate those people and the time that we spend with them. We have been reminded of the power of gathering, of meeting, learning, celebrating, and worshiping together. During this time, many of us have asked many questions about ourselves, our lifestyles, our world. I don't really have those answers. I won't try to answer those questions that many of us have, but I will ask you, the class of 2020, to use this pandemic not as an excuse, but as an opportunity to reflect on what Mount has truly meant to you. Not to focus on what you may have lost these last few months, but to look at what you have gained. Take this time to ask yourself, what do I really need to be happy? Who are the people I want to spend time with? Who are the people that matter? Who are the people that I matter to? How do I want to live my life? How do I want to impact the lives of those around me? How do I show the people important to me that I love them? And how will I, in my own way, make my community, my country, my world a better place? We talk a great deal of compassion and hope at Mount, and all of us, your teachers, your coaches, your counselors, your parents, your friends, family members, we hope that you use today and that you use 2020 to answer these questions and lead a life that gives you joy and satisfaction, success, and happiness. May the Lord help us to appreciate how valuable we each are to Him, and may we take some concrete steps to value others as He does. And always remember the words of the founder of the Brothers of the Sacred Heart, Father Andre Cuenca, as we are here in front of our Sacred Heart statue. He said, "Never ever doubt the love in the heart of God for you." Congratulations, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Tamaro. It is now with great pleasure that I present to you the salutatorian of the class of 2020, Julia Grant. Thank you, Bill. Brothers of the Sacred Heart, President Mr. Alan Tenrero, Principal Julie Bove, School Administration, faculty, parents, guests, and fellow graduates, I would like to thank you all for being here, for listening in. I am honored for this chance to congratulate my fellow classmates for all of their hard work and achievements. We have finally made it. Live in the gray, a quote often said by Mrs. Smith, one telling us to see between the lines and to learn both sides of the story before jumping to a conclusion. The color gray can have a negative connotation. It's often associated with sadness, indecision, detachment. It's the color that might be used when one feels as though all the life has been drained out of them. However, many beautiful things can start out shrouded in gray. They start as blurry, smudged images, something not completely clear, but something that gets more defined as time passes. Speaking as an artist, I can tell you from first-hand experience, many of my sketches start out with bits of indecision. Many times it's just a messy collection of what was going on in my head. Nothing is finalized. I just want to get the thoughts on paper. It's chaotic. It's hard to follow. I am not thinking of what the final details will be. I am just thinking of the rough outline, the initial blueprint. Our freshman years started out similarly. We all had so many thoughts about what we wanted to do with our lives, but we hadn't chosen yet. We quickly jumped from activity to activity, trying to find where we fit into this giant puzzle we call high school. There may have been a goal to achieve, but it was still a messy blueprint of our futures, a starting point of our canvases, a collection of our thoughts. Personally, my sketches can go through multiple renditions before I'm truly happy with the direction. I have to refine details, pick a focal point, decide if I want it inked or in color, and even sometimes I am forced to take a direction I wasn't expecting. I am forced to detach from the original image in my mind. Change is a word that is often used to describe what happened to our class. Every year seemed to grace us with another change we had to understand and accept. And with it, we had to deviate from our original blueprints to match the situation we found ourselves in. This sketch had to be erased and redone to include the new administration, the new schedule, and the new policies. These changes were to be expected. They were difficult, but we had a clear warning of these changes as they came. We were given a chance to prepare, a chance to rework some details, a chance to reflect and understand the path. However, the changes that happened without a warning were the ones that truly forced us to look at the picture differently. The changes we couldn't mentally prepare for. They came on like a sudden storm, one that couldn't be predicted. Believe me, it's frustrating being hit with an unexpected obstacle with your drawing, one that forces you to go against that plan inside your head. It requires you to look at the piece from a new perspective. Sometimes you become increasingly aggravated, and sometimes a new path jumps right out at you. In the end, however, the piece does get finished. The amazing thing about art is the artist's ability to take that obstacle and make it look planned. When someone looks at your piece, they may not even be able to see the struggle you had in particular sections. No one else can see the number of times you drew your piece. They can only see your finished work. The original sketch of something in particular tradition. However, the sketch was erased and reworked, erased and reworked, erased and reworked, reworked to the point of being overwhelming. It was hard to keep up with the constant deviation from that original picture in our heads, the number of times our sketch had to be redone. It felt as though our year was drained of color. The year turned gray, a forced detachment from the plans we wanted. But even the brightest artworks start out as gray. Gray isn't just the color of negativity. Gray is the color of composure, the color of stability, the color of compromise. The disarray of our high school careers became organized chaos. Every detail was refined after the multiple reworkings of the canvas. The journey became more stable as time passed, even with the confusion. We grew to embrace the unknown and work it into our piece. We ended up having to compromise between what we wanted and what was handed to us. We had to live in the gray. We were forced to look at this seemingly overwhelming negative situation and twist it into something positive. At first, the negative consumed us, and there came a point where our only goal was to finish and not worry about being the next major historic event. To distract ourselves from the chaos, we focused on that goal of finishing. We moved through disarray, growing, updating our canvas as we progressed. Now that the final details have been decided, the canvas is complete. It is time to place this canvas proudly on the wall, a reminder of all we have done, all of our accomplishments. But now, it's time to start a brand new one. So finally, as Mrs. Smith says, it's best to live in the gray. Without gray, color cannot be fully appreciated. Without gray, one wouldn't be able to make the best of a situation. Without gray, our high school experiences wouldn't have been so unique. We welcomed the gray into our lives, blended it seamlessly into our canvases, and added our own color to the world. We took all the setbacks and truly created something beautiful, something we can be proud of. So, congratulations, class of 2020. Go celebrate your completed canvas. You deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Please join me in welcoming to the podium the valedictorian of class of 2020, Carolyn Corrigan. Brothers of the Sacred Heart, Mr. Alan Camero, President, Ms. Julie Beauvais, Principal, members of the administrative team, members of the faculty, parents, guests, viewers watching from home, and most importantly, fellow graduates of the class of 2020. It is an honor to stand before you today and address my classmates before we all part our separate ways and begin a new journey beyond these school walls. I would like to take a moment to thank my family, but but most importantly, my mom, dad, and brother. Your overwhelming love and support makes me stronger every day. I would also like to thank everyone from the Mount community for creating a commencement ceremony during this time. I think I can speak for my entire class when I say that this opportunity for both celebration and closure is greatly appreciated. I am finally happy to see you in 3 dimensions after finishing out our school year virtually over video chats. Now more than ever, we as a generation typically use technology as our main source of communication. More conversations are carried out with our thumbs instead of our mouths. I have learned over the last several months how important it is to have personal interactions. I miss waiting for my friends in the parking lot and walking into school together at the start of each day. I miss standing in long, tight lines in our cafeteria waiting to get myself an iced tea. I miss the traffic in the stairwells, dodging our favorite middle schoolers along the way. And, as crazy as this might sound, in this world of social distancing, I long for a good High Five Friday. I know, it's scary to think. But I don't want one of those awkward air high fives anymore from 6 feet away, or a high five emoji, but an honest to goodness smack of palms with our favorite teachers and administrators. I am by no way dissing technology. Social media and smartphones have certainly proven its advantages. I know as we move on to our next chapters, Zoom and Google Meets may be the main way to stay connected to friends. But I hope the generations to come will not be relegated to interacting only through technology. Being at home over the last several months has allowed more time for me to reflect on the past, present, and future. I began to notice a recurring theme that became an inspiration to me. It all started with my dance studio that began to use a mantra to help motivate its students during this time. Soon after, I noticed that Mount began to adapt that same phrase to encourage the school community. 2 buildings that I consider second homes using that same strain of words didn't seem like a coincidence anymore. The saying is be the light. To any country fans out there, you may have also heard Thomas Rhett's recent song that features several other country stars titled Be a Light. Some of the lyrics are as follows. In a place that needs a change, make a difference. In a world full of hate, be a light. Each day we are bombarded with negativity and injustice. 24/7 media reminds us that we are not a perfect society. However, I have learned that we as individuals have more power than we realize. Every decision that we make matters. Every conversation, text message, and post that we make on social platforms project us on towards a path of good or a path of negativity. It is essential that we choose to become the light that may serve as a catalyst for a better future. What I love about this be the light phrase is that it can be applied to anyone's life at any point. As a society, we sometimes forget that kindness and positivity are qualities that should be demonstrated on a constant basis. They are not seasonal. It's not something we do only when we are in a good mood or because it's on trend. No matter where we are on the journey of life, there is always an opportunity to choose good and do good. Speaking of journeys, this year in Mr. Lawrence's English class, we read The Road by Cormac McCarthy. It is a post-apocalyptic tale of a father and a son. In the book, there is an exchange. You have to carry the fire. I don't know how to. Yes, you do. Is it real? The fire? Yes, it is. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Yes, you do. It's inside you. It was always there. I can see it. Each one of us has that internal fire, the light. Sometimes it takes time for that fire to start burning. Within my reflection, I thought of the lessons I have learned from my Mount experience. Not necessarily from the classroom, but the Mount mantra of each one of us being known, valued, and treasured. Let us apply that lesson to those around us, whether it is your new classmates, family, friends, teammates, or your community. It could be as simple as knowing a name, valuing different views and backgrounds, treasuring interactions. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill could not be hidden. Matthew 5:14. President Ronald Reagan often used this metaphor of the shining city on a hill. In his farewell speech, he said the following: I have spoken of the shining city all my political life, but I don't know if I ever quite communicated what I saw when I said it. But in my mind, it was a tall, proud city built on rocks stronger than oceans, wind-swept, God-blessed, and teeming with people of all kinds living in harmony and peace. A city with free ports that hummed with commerce and creativity. And if there had to be city walls, the walls had doors, and the doors would open to anyone with the will and heart to go there. That's how I saw it and see it still. Class of 2020. If we all combine our lights together and share our lights with others, we can create a shining city on a hill that can become a beacon for others. May God bless us all as we carry His light into the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. Now for the time we have all been waiting for. Parents and families, you have supported your children through all of the peaks and valleys, and you've also been there to congratulate them for their accomplishments. All this has been done through great sacrifice, and I know that I and all of my fellow graduates would not be here without you. I would like to take this moment to thank our parents and families for the love and support they gave to the class of 2020. And now, I ask Ms. Bove, Mrs. Butash, and Mr. Chinrero to come forward and present the graduation diplomas to the class of 2020.
Brothers of the Sacred Heart, Mr. Alan Chinrero, President, members of the Board of Directors, members of the Administrative Team and Academic Council, distinguished guests, members of the faculty, parents, friends, and relatives. Based upon the recommendation of the faculty, I stand here before you to validate the following members of the class of 2020 have fulfilled their graduation requirements in accordance with the laws of the state of Rhode Island, have successfully completed the prescribed academic course of studies, and have met the requirements of the Brothers of the Sacred Heart for graduation from Mount St. Charles Academy for the 2020 school year, and therefore should be awarded this diploma and all the benefits, pleasures, and responsibilities that go along with it. We will be reading all of the names of the graduates and will acknowledge these that are with us and those that are joining us remotely. Mr. Chinrero, I am pleased to present to you the class of 2020. I would ask that you hold your applause until all students have received their diplomas. Kiara Gracie Ahern, Quinnipiac University. Tiara Albergo McGovern. Michael John Elizio II, Regis College. Paige Caroline Ambler, University of Maryland. Stephanie Azar, Sacred Heart University. Charles Wilson Bankier, Junior Hockey, Odessa Jackaloops. James Edward Barber, Junior Hockey, Janesville Jets. Christopher Baxter, Michigan State University. Michaela Ariana Bodwin, Junior, Rhode Island College. John William Belisle, Junior Hockey, Worcester Junior Railers. Christina Rose Berry, Elon University. Tanvi Bhatia, Georgia Institute of Technology. Nolan Bruce Boucher, Community College of Rhode Island.
Let's go, kid!
Thomas Michael Bork, Deerfield Academy.
Morgate!
Ryan James Breitenbach, Florida Southern College.
You did it.
Andy Elizabeth Brothers, Stonehill College. Jordan Amber Brown, College of the Holy Cross. Thomas Edwin Burke, Assumption University.
Yeah, kid! It's only because of your dad.
Callan Mitchell Carvalho, Springfield College.
Only because of your dad. It's only because of your dad.
Emma Grace Charbonneau, University of Southern California. Isabella Mary Kyoto, University of Rhode Island. Jake Andrew Chaffee, Emmanuel College.
Chaffee! Andrew, huh?
Michael John Cetera Jr., Junior Hockey, Cedar Rapids Rough Riders. Margaret Rose Clark, University of New Hampshire.
Margaret.
Sarah Elizabeth Koya, Elon University.
Squirrel.
Anthony John Cook, Elms College.
Cookie.
Austin Joseph Cook, Junior Hockey, Brook Bandits. Caroline Elizabeth Corrigan, University of Rhode Island.
Your lad.
Aiden Alexander Cox, University of Rhode Island.
Coxie! Coxins!
Cole Kreuzberg Rosine, Junior Hockey, Coquitlam Express. Nicholas David Curran, Quinnipiac University. Victor Zanekianier, Junior Hockey, Tri-City Storm. Kai Kathleen Dakey, Smith College. Amanda Stephanie D'Amico, Stonehill College. Paxton Faith DeKale, Boston Conservatory. Ellen Rosemary Dixon, University of Maine, Orono. Alexander Marcel Dumas, Siena College. Alex James Duran, Rochester Institute of Technology.
Oh yeah. RT.
Justin Thomas Dwinnell, St. Michael's College.
Busted.
In service to the community. In summary, the recipient, who must be a practicing Catholic, has excelled in living the virtues of both faith, hope, and charity during his or her time at Mount St. Charles Academy. This award, which is sponsored by Father Robert E. Lacombe, is determined by a majority vote of the faculty, and it will be presented by Mr. Tamiro. The 2020 recipient of the Amateur Coriesu Award is Caroline Corrigan. In just a few minutes, the graduates will recess from the ceremony using the road. We will ask that families remain in place until the graduates have processed up the hill into the parking lot and into the upper field. We ask you to continue to maintain 6 feet of social distance with people outside of your family and to keep your masks on at all times. Please pick up all your chairs and belongings before leaving. Thank you for coming today. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the commencement ceremony for the class of 2020.
I left my sunglasses.
You know, he's gonna remember to